This podcast is sponsored by nobody. Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming the gorgeous, the sexy, the attractive, the multifaceted Christine Dupree. Christine, you may remember her. She was in a little movie with John Candy and Eugene Levy called Armed and Dangerous, which celebrates its 40th anniversary. She plays the nudie booth stripper in that movie. I've been wanting to talk to this woman forever, and I finally made the contact with her. And I am so excited. This woman, oh my God, she was a stripper. She was a penthouse model. She wrestled. She boxed professionally, kickboxed, that is. And she's also written a couple of sex expertise books, Hot Romantics Escapades for Lovers and Erotic Escapades for Longtime Lovers. And this is going to be a great conversation because we're going to be talking about the things that, I love in life, which is sex and movies. And she's also worked with Jim Wynorski, another past guest, on Giantess Battle Attack and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to talking with her today. And this is a great Sexy May episode, and it's going to be steamy, I hope. So yeah, here is my interview with Christine Dupree. Hey Christine, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Oh, I'm great. Just kind of like not nervous, but like wanting to avoid the show because I'm like, haven't accomplished everything I want to accomplish yet. But everything's a work in progress.
Oh, we're all work in progress, but this is going to be a lot of fun, and I thank you so much for coming on today.
You're welcome. I was just watching your show with Kimber.
Oh,
That helped me relax.
oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So go back in time. I saw this on-camera interview you did years ago on YouTube, and in it you said you came to Hollywood in the early 80s to be a movie star. Like when you were growing up, did you do school plays and community theater and all of that?
No, actually, it's weird. I wanted to be airline stewardess
First?
when I was younger.
Uh-huh.
And then I didn't decide till later on. My parents had a divorce, and all kinds of drama and bad things happened. Well, having living with a single mother who had to take care of $4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a twin sister, but I don't have one anymore.
Oh.
You want to hear that story or what?
Sure. I mean, did you lose her pretty young?
But I was like 22.
Oh.
And what happened was we were twins and we did everything together until like high school. And then we used to call each other we. Mm-hmm. And then in high school, she turned out to go hang out with the stoners, and I was a goody two-shoes rah-rah chick. Mm-hmm. I was in everything. And then my mom, go forward in, to graduating. My mom couldn't wait to kick me out from home because we had all kinds of like rivalries and stuff, which I didn't even know. We were more like sisters than mom and daughter. But she kicked me out. And then my twin sister, the stoner girl, she was like, she felt weird that she was still at home when I got kicked out, right? So she started hanging out with these people in the mob.
No.
And they did like counterfeit money, and then she kept trying to get me to come and go on her high class call girl stints up and down the coast, like in Vegas, and she'd come to my apartment in really expensive cars with jewelry and clothes and giving me money and clothes and everything. Why don't you come with us? You wouldn't believe how much money we could make as twins. I mean, all we do is hang out in the jacuzzi outside the expensive hotels and get the old men, and it's really easy. It's done in a minute.
Yeah.
And then we were like, no. The boyfriend I was at the time said, that's not a good idea. And I was tempted, but I, believed him because eventually she wanted to get out of the life, and she called me up. After a couple times, I had to go save her from. I had to go save her because they thought the people she was living with thought she stole a diamond ring, and they were beating her up, and they had her tied up in a chair in a room, and she called me. She finally got her phone, and she goes, "Can you come get me? I'm going to sneak out the window." And I had to go, sneak her out the window from the mobs, and then after that, she goes, "You know what? I'm done with this life." And so we were planning on, we decided, well, what are we going to do? And we're going to go out with these entrepreneurial ideas and stuff. And we go, oh, let's go to Hollywood and be movie stars. And so I go, yeah. And we were all excited about that. That'd be a fun job to have. And then, so 2 weeks after she was staying with me for a while, her old friends from the mob days, they called her and they talked her into going with them on a vacation in Oklahoma City. And then her girlfriend, her girlfriend, I forget her name, she called me and said, well, your sister's dead, and her John killed himself 3 days later. So then I was like, oh, my God, that was shocking. We were kind of apart, and then we finally started clicking. She's like my best friend. We were thinking of all these ideas, and I was so happy because I was working at this horrible housebound membership where I had to pressure people into buying memberships, and I hated it. But then I started stripping. But anyway, so then I decided, okay, I think I'm going to go to Hollywood and become a movie star after I, got over, I thought, well, I want to change my life, and I'm going to go do what we said we were going to do. So I moved on to Hollywood. That's how I got into the movie business.
So what was your twin sister's name? I'm trying to think of a word that rhymes with Christine.
Well, no. Christine Dupree is my stage name.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And, so her name was Becky.
Becky. Okay. So are you Hecky? No, I'm just playing.
I know, that's funny. That's great. No, we were Becky and Beth.
Becky and Bess. Oh, okay. That's nice.
Not Beth.
Okay, that's nice.
I hate that word C. That's why I changed my name when I moved to Hollywood every time, because we grew up in Ohio. And every time someone asked me my name, and, Beth Cockrell, and they always thought, Buff? They would never understand my name for some reason. So I'm just glad, they call me Buff, and so I'm just glad I chose Christine Dupree for my stage pen name.
Yeah. If you're from Ohio, you probably remember when the Kent State shootings happened.
The what shootings?
The Kent State shootings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, it's people are just nuts. I think it's because of the movie business and the video games. People think it's normal to go. That's why there's more killings, I think. There's more, games and fun. Let's go shoot and kill. It's fun. They're all desensitized to the real tragedy of it all.
I know.
And, but yeah, I just feel like what happened with me, though, after my sister died was, I feel like I took on a bad girl persona. I was a goody two-shoes rah-rah that was in honor roll and marching band and choir, doing all my homework all the time. And I'm going, I'm tired of this. I'm going to be a little wild. And so I hated the health spa job. So, and I met this dance teacher. That's when my mom kicked me out, because we went to take disco dance lesson with this guy named Lamont Polk, disco dancing, and he was really charismatic, and he could sing and dance. He was a really good dancer, and I really liked him. And then we kind of, I kind of went out with him, and my mom was jealous. And then, but anyways, he knew a woman who owned a striptease company called Cheesecake and Company, and she was really nice, and it was fun. And then there was these my friends Dale and Jesse. They were these gay, and Mike, gay guys that worked there, and they they go, come on, it's fun. Let's do a fun bachelor party show. And they taught me how to put on a really entertaining bachelor party show.
Yeah.
And they helped me get used to being a stripper, even though, it's a long story.
Yeah.
I just started doing stripping telegrams and then bachelor parties. Instead of doing the house spot memberships, because after pressurizing people for 2 weeks and only on commission, if nobody joins you don't get paid. And then all of a sudden, one weekend, I go and do these fun bachelor parties where I'm the center of attention just because I put on this fun striptease show. And I made just as much money in 1 weekend that I would make in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's hilarious. When you were stripping, did you know Jewel Shepard?
Who's she?
She was a stripper, and she became like a exploitation film actress in the 80s, 90s. She's a real piece of work. I know her pretty well, and she's really funny.
Really? Oh, that's cool. Jill Strickland?
No, Jewel Shepard.
Jewel Shepard. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she's funny.
And so that's how I started stripping and doing these telegrams, and that's how I got to be really not so uptight anymore, from being in Ohio, where they're all conservative, and my grandmother, taught me to do a good deed every day, and they always wear baggy clothes, but my mom, that's where I got my whole sexy persona from my mom. She, when my parents were divorced, we moved out to California, and then my mom would take me. I was 14 years old, and because she was looking for a new boyfriend, she would take me out with her to bars and tell me, wear push-up bras, wear something sexy. And she thought it was cool, and I thought it was cool,
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, that's why I just turned into a stripper.
Wow. And then stripping is what led you to wrestling?
No, kickboxing class.
Oh, kickboxing.
In the meantime, I'm taking all these acting classes. Those are expensive, too.
Yeah.
And so I started going to kick aerobics at Gold's here in Venice. And I thought, wow, this is fun, kickboxing. It's like you're doing something, and I feel powerful, and, the music. And then after class, we got to do sparring. And I couldn't believe how fabulous it felt to be able to hit and kick people. Because we wore padding and everything, but I go, oh my God, this feels great, because my whole life I've been a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Always. And then I think I had all this resentment hidden inside, because I'm always helping people, but then they take that as a weakness, right? And then they just keep draining you to a husk. And so I think I had this built-in resentment. And so anyways, we were doing these sparring classes, and then one day he goes, because I was a penthouse centerfold then, and one day he goes, hey, you want to go to a kickboxing tournament? Turns out the promoter found out that I was a penthouse centerfold, and he thought, oh, that'd be great. And she's in your classes, and she spars. And I liked it because I've kind of been a tomboy. Yeah. And so the kickboxing teacher says, you want to do amateur kickboxing? And I go, okay. And I tell you, it was a trip. I did 12 amateur kickboxing fights.
Wow. And did you get any serious injuries or anything?
Oh yeah, my first fight. Okay, I had trained 6 months, and then I went into the fight, and my opponent, they didn't really care, about the experience or anything, They just wanted to put on a good show, and we're supposedly amateur, right? And so her name was Frida Gibbs, and she was the Women Athlete of the Year of LA. And this was her first kickboxing fight. Anyway, I was used to trying to be sexy with the big hair and wearing high heels and looking pretty, and so I wanted to look pretty for the fight. And my hair is all fluffy, and so we get into the fight, and before I know it, bam! I get a black eye, and then I was doing kind of good. I mean, I even actually knocked her mouthpiece out. I mean, I'm just like a brawler. It's natural. Something takes over. And then somebody in the audience was screaming, put some tape on that blur. I couldn't see anything. And so, anyways, I got another black eye, and I went home, and I looked in the mirror after the fight. I lost, of course. TKO. No, not even a TKO. I just lost because of scoring. And then I found out the next, 5 fights that Frida Gibb was in, he knocked her opponent out in the first minute.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I'm going, at least I went for the whole fight, and I lost with 2 black eyes, but at least I didn't get knocked out in the first minute.
That's like almost like Hagler and Hearns.
I know. I love boxing, and I love the UFC and kickboxing. It's so much fun to fight. And I loved it when I started learning jiu-jitsu. And that's how, what happened was, I think the first wrestling, the wrestling video I did, female wrestling video that they sell online.
Yeah.
The first one I did, I think I had the black eyes from that Frida Gibbs fight, and they were I was really popular because they have these girls, like foxy boxing girls. You wear bikinis and you look all sexy while you're fake fighting, but they love me because I really knew how to fight.
Yeah.
So that was like a good way to, pay the bills on the side. And I liked it. It was fun. It wasn't as hard, and you didn't get it injured. You asked me if I ever got an injury. Well, the only injury I ever got was, black eyes and a broken pinky finger.
Ooh, that's a bad one. Yeah. Did you know any of the Glow Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not when she was doing it. Hollywood. Do you know Hollywood?
I know who she is. I don't know her personally.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's really popular. I'm surprised that you haven't interviewed her because she came out with a book about her life, and she's one of the Glow Girls. I'm not sure. I didn't really follow them. She's blonde hair and she's tall.
Yeah.
She's always been kind of like my, what do you call it, your opponent in life or something. No, what do you call it when your friend, you're kind of competing with them all the time, see who can be better?
Oh, frenemy.
Oh.
Frenemy.
Yeah, something like that. But she's really interesting. She's really popular. I'm sure you should check her out. I haven't even read her book. She might be really interesting for you.
Okay.
I love your idea of a podcast.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I haven't talked to any of the Glow Girls. I've talked to Matt Simber, and, he, of course, was Jane Mansfield's last husband, and he created that show, Glow, and it was great talking to him, even though he said what about 100 times, because he's deaf, and so I had to edit around all of that, but it was great. It was great talking to him, Do you think that if UFC was popular back in the day, you would have done that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have loved it. Especially because of the payday.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, I know. It's like most of the reasons I did all this outrageous stuff is because, to me, it was like other people wouldn't be willing to go, strip. I did stripping telegrams. Most girls my age wouldn't be willing to go into a Toyota dealership in the morning, 8 a.m., with their jukebox, and then, hi, boys, let's start off the sales week. And so I turn on the music and start stripping down all the way nude and dance around and sit on their laps and give them black eyes with my boobs.
Love it.
It was fun. I loved it. I just got used to being nude everywhere. And my mom loved it too. When I was in Penthouse, my mom loved it. She was bragging to everybody at work.
Yeah. Yeah, UFC is like the rugby of boxing and karate. It's so brutal, There's just so many injuries and so much blood, It's crazy how that happens.
You just have to be really, I know, but it makes you be really disciplined and strong and sharp, I love watching those fights. It is brutal. And I even actually did one in the bar at Dame's Games one time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even train. I really was desperate for money, and then I went and did it. And of course, she beat me because I wasn't even training anymore. Mm-hmm. But it's it's exciting, boxing and kickboxing, and that UFC. The blood is, part of it. It doesn't shock you.
Yeah. So how do you?
It's part of the business, and then you heal and you get, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So how do you come to be cast as the nudie booth stripper in Armed and Dangerous?
I had an agent, and then I guess he knew I was a Penn centerfold, and actually it was the Madonna issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what helped them pay attention to me, to be, the stripper. And then I went and met the director, Mark Lester, when they drove over to the mansion where they were doing the party scene.
Yeah.
And talked to the director. And he goes, okay, I'll give you the part as long as you give me a signed copy of your penthouse. I go, sure.
Yeah, me and my family used to watch this movie from the time it first aired on HBO when I was about 4, and we watched it all the time. My dad's favorite scene was your scene. He spent a lot of time in sex shops back in the day, and I did too later on. We just love it. Did that whole scene take a whole day to film?
Oh yeah, I think at least, yeah. And I did it with with all my clothes on, and then another one topless, and it was fun. I love being on the set and doing that stuff and being sexy. But guess what happened when my dad? He's back in Toledo. When he went to see the movie with my sister and I think his new wife, he left this movie studio because he was so ashamed. He thought it was horrible. My mom thought it was great.
Oh, yeah. Did you fully expose your tits to John Candy and Eugene Levy?
Yep. No problem.
Yeah.
It was fun. I loved it.
I've heard that they were, especially Candy, a great guy, just a great guy. And yeah, him and Levy were so talented. Did you have anything that was cut?
Any of the footage?
Yeah, any of the footage.
No, are you kidding? They don't give you the footage. Yeah, I wish I could see it, though, because I could tell. I was just like my same persona that took over. Like, okay, I get this persona that takes over at the bachelor parties.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm this stripping fun girl, and I'm going to chase you and whip you and give you black eyes with my boobs. And then I had the same attitude with John Candy and Eugene Levy, and I could tell they had just as much fun as the guys at the bachelor party as I did.
Yeah. Yeah. What was Mark Lester like as a director?
Ooh, I was attracted to him. He is very attractive, but I think he's married.
Yeah.
But he was really cool, yeah. No, and I never got yelled at ever.
Mm-hmm. Was Brian Grazer there?
I don't know who Brian Grazer is.
Well, he's probably the most successful producer in Hollywood history, and he did produce this movie.
Oh, oops! I should know things like that, right?
Yeah, the guy's box office record was I don't know, 4 billion or something like that. He's had so many great movies, and of course him and Ron Howard collaborate on almost everything, and I've heard he's a great guy. I love how you go from smoking a cigarette, just sitting there bored, to looking all sexy with that smirk on your face. It's a great transformation. A typical stripper,
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. That makes me feel good, because I've always thought, even though I've taken tons of acting classes,
Yeah.
I'm so self-critical. I hate myself. I can't stand watching myself, and that's probably why. Okay, I'm great in acting class, but when I go to an audition, this is why I'm not a movie star now. It's because when I go to audition, it freeze. My mind goes blank.
Yeah.
And I really F up. I mean, I wish I could audition in an acting class.
Yeah.
But no, I'm still working on it, though, because I have that fight between, the conservative upbringing in Ohio of never show your emotions, right? They're all emotionless.
Yeah.
And then in acting, you have to you have to share them.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that. I wasn't used to that. And I go, oh, I feel so naked. But then every single time I do, just because I feel so embarrassed or whatever, people they feel it, right? I go, no, I don't like to show that. But I guess that's what helps the audience. That's what brings me to movies, right? Why do you watch movies or anything like that?
I mean, I just love movies. I love getting lost in a fantasy,
Do you ever identify with one of the characters?
Yes, actually, James Spader in Sex, Lies, and Videotape because he's a voyeur and I'm a voyeur.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think that movies are really helpful because, see, I chant Namyo Kyo,
Hmm.
which is, it teaches you, if you respect everybody and want to help the universe, then the universe helps you back. And so I'm going, if I want to make movies, I want to help people to, realize it's okay to be your unique, special person, because everyone in life has a unique, special purpose that only they can fulfill, which is helpful. And if you find that, then you're so happy, and nothing on what happens on the outside can bother you. And so I think that, for some reason, I gotta get attention somehow, especially from men. I think it was because my dad was, what do you call it? Unavailable.
Yeah, emotionally
Emotion.
unavailable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Who?
never close to him. But yeah, go ahead.
That's sad. I was wondering who were your acting teachers when you were in LA?
Okay. Oh.
Was
I
it?
can't remember my early ones, but my favorite ones were D.W. Barron and Joanne Barron and D.W. Brown.
Oh yes.
And then my favorite one now is Alex DeLerma at the Cinema Gym.
Okay. Did you ever study with Peggy Fury or Milton Castellas?
I think, yes, I did with Milton Costello a couple times, yeah. And he was even talking about Tom Cruise. He told us something about Tom Cruise I probably can't even mention.
Yeah. Well, he's the Scientology teacher. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've talked to
Oh, he
so
was?
many.
I didn't know he was in. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, Tom Cruise is a huge Scientologist. In fact, he was very open about it in the 2000s, and I think after a while the studio said to him, "Okay, it's great you have a religion, but your job with us is to act, promote the movie, stop talking about your religion."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
good. Because they almost kidnapped one of my friends. She wrote jingles
Uh-huh.
or music jingles for commercials and stuff.
Mhm.
And then she went to one meeting, and she was like one of the submissive women that's
Oh,
easily manipulated, a soft woman with not much confidence.
yeah.
And they sucked her in, and then she couldn't stand it anymore, and she wanted to get away, and they wouldn't let her go, and she had to put her stuff in a truck
Oh.
outside her apartment because she had to leave, and it was
Mhm.
frightening. Those people are not good.
No. No.
Scientology is not good for you.
No, it's not. No. I have an anecdote I want to share about Armed and Dangerous. I have a friend who was an extra in that sex shop when they first get there, and there's the gay biker who's sticking his tongue out at Eugene Levy, right? And
Yeah.
she told me, and you could see her, she's like a little blonde with her back turned in the scene. She told me she saw a magazine on the stand. It was about guys who have diaper fetishes.
Yes, I know
Yeah.
all about the weird finishes.
Yeah.
I'm not. Hey, no judgment here.
That's sick though. It's not my thing, but I thought that was hilarious.
I know they have even worse fetishes than that. That's
Worse.
tame compared to the ones that are out there. But who cares? If you don't like it, you don't like it. No, you let them go.
Yeah.
Let them be. Let them have their fetish.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a feet and belly button kind of a guy, but I'm not into like armpits or anything like that.
Oh, that's good. Feet and belly button. I always thought the belly button thing. I know a guy that not one guy. There's a bunch of guys that love it
Hmm.
being punched in the belly button. I go, wow, it's weird. They go, punch it hard, and and I go, okay, whatever. But I was amazed at how interesting. There's a belly button crowd out there.
I don't mind being poked, but punched, no thanks. I'm not good with that.
Oh, okay, yeah, I hear you. And then, what do you like about feet? What if the feet have bunions?
If they have bunions, that's a no bueno for me. But like, I don't know. There's this almost Freudian analysis on people who like feet, right? Now, I'm openly bi, right? But there's a theory that bisexual men are the ones who like the feet, and they think that the toes look like penises. I don't think that's the case with me, but whatever. I'll take it if that's what the analysis is.
Oh, I know. I love it. I never used to, but see, I do have bunions. But I don't know. I don't think my feet are ugly because I keep the toes really
Yeah.
trimmed and scraped and as pretty as possible, even though there's bunions. And then, I think that is one of the best things in the world for any couple to do is to give each other foot massages.
I agree.
Oh, that's good. And then as far as like the toes looking like penises, I was really shocked the first time someone sucked one of my toes.
Yeah.
I go, there's a whole bunch of people who love sucking people's feet and toes.
I'm a toe sucker. Yeah.
And licking them. I'm going, okay. I'm always worried about, dirt and whatever and sweat. But, oh, my God, it feels good. It's good for you. And I guess your feet.
Yep, I'm a toe sucker. I admit it. And I love it.
You're a toe sucker? Oh, do you get foot massages or have people suck your toes?
My toes have been sucked, and yes, I have had them massaged. I haven't had any massages for quite a while. I need to get back out there and do it, though.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. What else you want to talk about?
So you worked with another guest of mine, Jim Wynorski, on Giantess Battle Attack, and he's a funny guy. What was he like to work with?
Oh, well, I don't know him that well because I know him. I know him through my friend who's a scream queen, Debbie Dutch. You know her?
Oh yeah, I know Debbie. She's been on.
Oh, she is? Okay, cool. Yeah, and that's how I met her. And she goes, come on, Christine, because I talked her into doing some, cat fighting videos with me. And it was really fun. I thought that she was a skinny wimp, but she's not. She's really strong. She's been a yoga teacher for 3 years. And I think she's gorgeous. She's in the best shape in the world. She's the one that taught me about Namyo Renge-kyo. And she's like ever young, ever youthful, like Tina Turner.
Oh yeah.
She was dancing on the stage when she's 83. Why? Because we chant Namyo Renge-kyo because we love life and we want to plug into the universe and then just help everybody become happy and believe in their own special purpose. But anyways, I met her. And then I met Jim Wynorski. He was the director. He wanted us to do our boxing thing at the beginning of the film. But he was so mean and rude. I mean, I'm used to getting, and we didn't get paid as much as we get on the fetish wrestling videos. We get paid way more to not put up with any shit at all.
Right.
And then you go and you get paid, like a quarter of the amount you're used to being paid. And then he's bossing you around and screaming at you if you're 2 seconds late. And then Debbie was terrified of him. I'm going, oh, my Lord, this is too hard. And I go, okay, when am I going to get paid? And I asked him about how long is it going to, and then he blew up and he had a condition just because I wanted to get paid right away. I go, oh, my God, this is so much work. No wonder. I mean, the people in the movie business are way harder than the fetish business. No, but anyways, on the other hand, though, I do respect his taste in women with big boobs. I mean, I like big boobs. My mom loved my big boobs. I don't know. I love big boobs.
Me too.
And he loves big boob women. I go, okay, because I know there's other guys out there that hate big boob women and think they're fake and talk about the fake tits and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? I just, plastic surgery and all that stuff, even if it's fake, who cares? I just want to, when I look in the mirror in the morning, I just want to go, yeah, I look sexy. I do it for me because I have to face myself every morning, so I brush and make sure my teeth are white and wash my hair. But Jim Wynorski, you want to find out about him, huh? I think, but that's cool though. He's kind of mean, but I'm trying to learn how to be less of a people pleaser, and more like Jim Wynorski, where he wants his shit done, and if he can't get it done, I'm gonna have a connection.
Yeah.
No, although that's no good because it ages you. Being angry ages you.
It does.
Goes in your head.
Bitterness and anger, it ages you. Absolutely. I agree. Did you work with Lisa London?
Lisa London. I don't.
The
What'd she do?
the short, hot, big-breasted redhead that's in the movie. She's like one of the stars of it.
Oh, I didn't work with her, but I met all the girls that are in the movie.
Yeah.
And, they just like, I really admire, how they all look and all their makeup and clothes, but they just kind of like diss me. They kind of look down on me, I think. So,
fuck them.
but okay, look at you're gorgeous and you're a movie star, but I don't want to be your best friend. Anyways, that's what that turned out to be, all of them. But they were all gorgeous, but that attitude men like, right? They love the bitchy attitude. You got to be a bitch and don't care about anybody, and then men love them for some reason, right?
Yeah. Did you do?
You do?
Did you do voiceover for a video game called Tattoo Assassins?
I did not do voiceover.
Okay.
I did like the whole workout thing with my kickboxing coach from the kickboxing days,
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Bob Gale, who co-wrote and produced one of my favorite movies of all time, Back to the Future, he wrote and directed that. What was he like to work with?
What? Bob Gale did Back to the Future, and he did Tattoo Assassins?
Apparently so. That's what the internet says. Well, it's not always accurate, but I'm just going with what they're saying.
Well, thanks for letting me know, man. I'm starting to, because I got scripts. I'm gonna, hey, you guys, remember me? Anyway, yeah. I did this whole thing, and where you're on the, shoot the martial arts on like a trampoline for the video game. This was like when the video game just took off, and it was so cool. They had funny, it was really cool and different than most video games because one of the weapons was a fart bomb.
Yeah.
And it was like in the, oh my God, back in the days when the first video games came out. What was the name of the first? Pac-Man.
Pac-Man, yeah.
Right? That was like around that time. And I thought that was really cool what they came up with. It was fun. But, Bob, now that I know that Bob Gale was one of what produced it?
He apparently co-wrote this and he directed it, but he also was, of course, one of the writers on Back to the Future and producer.
Oh my God! And I love that movie. It's so cool. It's amazing.
The best.
Oh my God! Your husband built my confidence here. There is hope. I can be a movie star before I die.
Love it. So, what made you want to write these, sexcapade books?
Oh, thank you for mentioning hot romantic escapades for lovers.
Yeah.
Well, after I was doing the bachelor parties, and I loved them because they were fun, and I would take the bachelor back in the room and tell everybody before I took him back in the room, now I'm going to initiate the bachelor. And then I would scream and whip the whip and then undo his shirt and put lipstick marks on him and everything. And then he would go back out, and they knew. I was so proud because the poor bachelors, they didn't want to, get laid right before they got married, right? And so I go, don't worry, just do the ceremony. And so, but the initial question was, what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, during the month of May, I do sex positivity episodes with like-minded ladies to empower them and let their freak flags fly. And I'm curious, like, are you a person who was sexually active like early on, or did you like want to wait a while?
Oh, no, I'm always sexually active in my mind, in my imagination.
Oh, okay.
And, because then, oh my God, there's no worry about reality, getting diseases or whatever, running into the wrong people. And so I've always been active in my mind. And But, yeah, I've always thought it was cool that I love sex. People have to have sex. I'm trying to fight off that feeling of, like, my grandmother. When she came over to visit me one time and she saw my book, Hot Romantic Escapades for Lovers, she looked at it and started reading it. And she goes, oh, my God, this book should be burned. And and she thought it was terrible, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going, no, this is just fun. And so I'm constantly fighting the judgment of really conservative people, but I'm going, oh my God, and then I can't be judgmental myself. But, and I went off on the tangent again, and you go, what about the sex that what?
Yeah, were you sexually active early on, or just it's something that gradually happened?
Oh, okay. Yes, of course. When I found a nice muscular man, it was powerful and sexy. Man, I loved having adventures with them. I had a bunch of boyfriends. No, I was always monogamous, though. The thing that made my erotic desires come up was being romantic at the same time. I find a guy I love, right? Then I get turned on. It's not like let me go get turned on somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how I got turned on, because I always stuck with one person, because then I didn't have to worry about, if they whatever or become attached. But then I would know that, of course, anybody I went to bed with, I'd be so attached to them, and I'd love them to death and want to do everything for them. I tell you, when I find a guy I want to love, and I'll do anything. And so that's what would make me have sex. So that's when I had sex with my boyfriends I fell in love with.
Do you read erotica books?
Yeah, some of them. Sometimes, yes, I do.
I have a couple recommendations for you.
What?
There's one called White Angels. It was written by Jennifer Edwards, who's the daughter of Blake Edwards, the legendary director, and she was trying to write like a coming of age novel based on her own coming of age when she was young, and she ended up telling some sex stories in it, and it spun off into becoming an erotica book after, she let some people read it, and they're like, you should sell this as erotica, and that's what she did. It's really good.
Did you make a lot of money?
No, but it's really good. It's underrated is what it is. And then there's Tinder Love, written by Toni Hudson, who's an 80s movie actress. She met all these guys on Tinder, I think just before the pandemic, and she had all these one-night stands with them. And, oh my God, it is steamy and hot. I had to read it twice in one night. The first time was for research for the interview that we were doing, and the second time was to masturbate, because it is titillating. Really titillating.
Wait. This is amazing. What? It's called the Tinder what?
Tinder Love. Yeah, because of the Tinder app.
Love, it's a book? Oh,
yes. Yeah.
Oh, I love reading things that make me horny. I mean, that is the best way to forget your troubles.
Yes.
Life.
It will make you horny. It is just titillating and arousing and steamy. Oh, it's great. I recommend it. Yeah, and also May is International Masturbation Month, and I love hearing masturbation stories where like something went wrong or something went right, Do you have any of those?
Oh, books that I read like that to help me get off?
Yeah.
No, I don't need that. I use my imagination. I imagine, someone forced me to do this. And then, that's naughty, I have all these secret fantasies that I can come in 2 minutes.
Really?
If I have one of those little magic vibrating wands and put it on my thigh, the magic button, and then I let my imagination go wild, I'm like,
Are you?
I feel like I'm getting away with something. Ha ha.
Are you a squirter?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, because, I almost peed a little one time when I had an orgasm, but I don't think that is like a squirter thing. I know. I swear, I was with my boyfriend of 25 years one time, and T-Rex, he was like a fan of the wrestling business, and so we knew this really, the gorgeous, I forget her name, this gorgeous tall blonde and her husband, and they love sex, blah, 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 and they were trying to me and my boyfriend into going and doing something with them, and she's going, it'll make you squirt, it'll make you love it. You can't believe this method. Come and try it. They're going, oh no. Why would I want to squirt? Anyway, no, but I'm not being judgmental. I can understand, whatever turns anyone on. Everyone has their own thing, I keep my secret things, they can keep. Some people aren't even secret, but whatever.
I made a girl squirt when I was 12, by the way. Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
my Lord. You never know these things happen.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're giving me all this information. I love it. I thought I knew more than some people, but I guess there's even more going on that you don't hear about in the normal way.
Yeah, it could be scary sometimes when you learn things like that. So,
scary? No, it's cool.
No, it's cool, but I'm like, it could be scary because you don't expect that to happen. It's like, wait a minute, does that happen all the time? Kind of a thing. Yeah, when you make a girl squirt.
I know, there's nothing worse than not being able to control your body.
Yeah.
It does what it wants.
So, do you have anything upcoming you'd like to mention?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I am coming up and making an audiobook of my book, Hot Romantic Escapades for Lovers.
Nice.
69 fun and daring ways to keep the throat away alive. And I am like so shy. I'm very bad at self-promotion, and that's why it hasn't sold. But I tell you, this book just put you in a good mood. If you're in a bad mood, worried about this, worried about that, and then I came up with these situations you imagine you're in, and then all of a sudden it's so interesting, and all of a sudden you start to feel, ooh, oh, that sounds fun, that sounds sexy and relaxing, and then you get in the mood. I mean, I even tried it on myself today because I was worried. I'm going, oh no, I'm not a celebrity, I'm not accomplished, I have nothing to talk about. But then I read my book and I go, oh, I feel better. I feel better because you can use your imagination and you could be a movie star no matter what. No, but anyways, that's what my book is about. So I'm going to be doing audio podcasts. So when you're driving home from work and you're stressed and you want to pick a fight with your partner when you get home, just listen to this podcast, and then instead of fighting with them, you'll just want to be scoochie with them. No.
So you're going to do your own podcast, is what you're saying?
No, it's more of an audiobook, but is that all right? I hope I'm not going to be like a competitor. Right?
Oh, no. If I see somebody or talk to somebody, I mean, that is such a good speaker, I was like, hey, I support them doing a podcast,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because, now I got to get them, I have to make money because, I can't stand it driving. I'm an Uber driver now. Okay, I make money, and then I spend it. Now I'm an Uber driver, and then Uber driving, to pay the bills until the next chunk comes in.
Yeah.
But it's terrifying being an Uber driver. But then on the other hand, it's a good thing because it keeps me sharp. I mean, you have to be so sharp because people in LA, they are like crazy drivers.
Oh, yeah.
And then you never know who you're going to pick up, and then you have to figure out, how much gas it's going to cost to go. Anyways, this is boring. But I was bringing this up because I wanted to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
What is your advice to me on how I could make more money?
I mean, you still look great. I mean, there's the OnlyFans option if you want to do that. But if, you got that, but also if you want to do the audiobook thing and stuff, I don't know, maybe, get involved in like maybe autograph, signings for people who remember you from Armed and Dangerous and stuff like that, I mean, that would be, logical stuff to get involved in.
Thank you. Okay, and so are you in LA? Are you nearby?
No, I'm in the Bay Area.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, I was up there. I know what it's like. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, I have 2 books. I wrote this, scripts.
Mm-hmm.
One's called Hot Romantics, about the couple that uses my book to try to keep their thrill alive. No,
Yeah.
why the husband wants to divorce the wife, and then the wife is using the book to lure the husband, make the husband not, divorce her. And then, so I got these scripts coming up, and the audiobook coming up, and then what do you have coming up?
I have great podcasts as usual, great interviews, and that's about it. And I have a couple jokes for you to end this on.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a joke teller. 'Cause,
I love it. I love comedians. That's
Yep.
the best way to get in a good mood.
because I used to do stand-up comedy. Why is a Rubik's Cube like a man's dick?
Because it just loves the fingers twirling it around, I guess. I don't know. What's the answer?
Keep playing with it, it gets harder.
Oh, I love it. That's cool. Oh, I'm gonna tell my my next writers that joke.
You could steal that one. What kind of meat does a priest eat on Friday?
Well, I don't know. Fish?
Everybody guesses fish. No, it's none.
None?
Yeah.
Oh, he eats the nun.
Yep.
I'm one of those dummies that, you have to explain it.
It's
Thank you.
My pleasure. Christine, thank you so much for coming on today. You did great. Don't be hard on yourself. You did great. And I sent you a friend request on Facebook. Let's connect, and I'll keep up to date with the stuff you got going on and stuff, And yeah, we'll just keep in touch, and you have a great rest of your day. Be safe out there.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Uh-huh.
Are you single?
I am.
You're single?
Yeah.
Oh, do you date?
I haven't dated since I've moved up to this part of the Bay Area because there's not really a dating scene here. But I am looking to be virtually naughty with people.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was just checking you out. Thank you. I am so amazed that you have 2,000 and more podcast people that you've interviewed. That's amazing. I feel like I'm nothing compared to all the people you've talked to and stuff. And so I'm just so flattered that you're interested in me. Thank you.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. Christine Dupree. What a sweetheart she is. I enjoyed that conversation. God, she's so funny and her energy is so cool. I enjoyed that conversation immensely. And I wish her nothing but the best in her endeavors. And who knows, maybe we'll get to be naughty at some point. Well, until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes.